Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Teens Talk Winnie Femi podcast. Your host Oluwani Femi, and I'm so happy to be here once again. Last week's episode we talked about what is your why, and on that episode I talked about how you can find and know your why and the importance of actually knowing your why. The episode made a friend reach out to me, and I'm so happy she was blessed by that episode. I want you to listen to it. If you are someone that is trying to navigate the reason why you started that particular thing that you are doing, that episode is the right one for you. And I hope you are doing good. I hope you are doing fine. And if you want to reach out to me anytime, you can always reach out to me via Instagram page. You can send me a DM, or you can send me a WhatsApp message or via email as well. That being said, let's get to the business of the day. Are you burnt out? Are you tired? Do you feel exhausted? What is burnout? Burnout is a state of complete mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion. Now, I want you to understand that burnout is different from stress. Stress is more physical. You are physically tired, your body is weak, you are not able to do things. And burnout is more of emotional. And I'll explain why. Burnout has to do more with the mind. Like at this point, you are emotionally exhausted, you are mentally exhausted, as well as physically exhausted. What happens when you are burnt out? One, you no longer care about things that are important to you. You feel uninterested in doing things that generally used to interest you. You feel uninterested in showing up, feel uninterested in recording that episode, you feel uninterested in writing that blog, you feel uninterested in creating that content that you always love to create. You just don't want to do anything, you just want to be there. Secondly, burnout makes you feel unproductive. You wake up every day and you feel like you have not achieved anything because you're not able to understand the importance of the things you do. Even if you make an effort on something, you just feel like, oh, I didn't do as much as I would have wanted to do. You feel less of yourself. You don't feel much of yourself. You just feel like you are not doing anything. You feel lazy. You feel like just being in that space, in that void where you are not excited, you are not happy, like you are just in that space where nothing gives you joy. The third thing is that when you are burnt out, you feel hopeless, you feel resentful. There is no enthusiasm, there is no joy to do the things that you would have wanted to do. And when you are in this state, you tend to cut yourself from others. You tend to feel upset over the littlest of things. You tend to feel uncomfortable in your space, uncomfortable in wherever you find yourself. You just tend to feel this kind of anger, and not like you're angry at anything, but like you're just angry at yourself because you are not productive, angry at yourself because the things that interest you don't interest you anymore, and you're just like irritated with anything that comes your way. Another thing that happens when you're burnt out is there's an urgent need to prove yourself. There's an urgent need to prove to people that you are capable of doing a particular thing, even when you are tired, even when you feel that, oh, I can't actually do this thing because I am so tired, I'm so exhausted, I can't do this thing. But because you feel burnt out, you overexert yourself because you feel that, oh yes, I have to do this thing, I have to prove to people that I'm not weak, I have to prove to people that I can do this thing. So there is an urgent need to prove yourself. And the last thing is that you neglect your needs. You neglect the fact that you actually need to take time to rest because you feel that you don't deserve that rest because you have not done anything. You neglect the fact that you are meant to give yourself a nice treat. You are meant to commend yourself for that little work that you did. You neglect your happiness. You neglect the things that give you joy. You make mistakes, and when you make that mistakes, you dwell on it. You dwell so much about it. You feel so bad for making that mistake. You feel so angry at yourself for making that mistake. So these are the things that happen when you are burnt out. So the question now is what to do. What do you do when you're burnt out? Before I talk about what to do, I just want to say how intentional God is about me and about this podcast, because when I thought about talking about this topic, burnout, I was like, What exactly is there to talk about in burnout? What will people gain if I talk about this episode? And as I'm speaking to you right now, a very dear friend of mine left my room after we had a discussion, and we also talked as regarding burnout. That was just the confirmation I needed to record this episode. What to do? One, draw strength from God. There is this song, and I'm just going to take a particular part of the song that says, when we are weak, He makes us stronger. Draw your strength from God. God will give you strength when you feel burnout. Like, it's as easy as just communicating with Him. God, I'm tired. God, I don't understand why I feel this way. God, I feel so exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally, and I just want you to give me strength. Draw that strength from God. Draw that strength from God. I'm in a phase where I'll say that I'm actually burnt out. I wake up every day, I feel so tired, I feel so exhausted. Going to classes is always a struggle because I just feel tired, and it's not just physically, emotionally, mentally I'm tired. And lately I've just learned to, every time when I retire to bed and I want to have my quiet time, I just tell God honestly how tired I am and how I want Him to give me strength. So if you are feeling tired in any way, talk to God and draw your strength from Him. He's that source that you can get your energy from, that you can get your strength from. 2, get enough sleep. Sleep is very important, and you should really prioritize your sleep. The amount of required hours you are meant to sleep for, try to prioritize it, because when you don't sleep, you wake up feeling tired, you get cranky, you just lose interest in doing a whole lot of things. So it's important for you to have that adequate number of sleep. And I'm not just saying you are just, oh okay, I sleep by 11, I wake up 2 hours after. No, actually sleep well, that your body even knows that you have slept well. But actually take out time to sleep, actually take out time to rest. The third thing I'll say is try a relaxing activity. And the question I'll be asking you is, how do you relax? Each person have different ways they relax. I relax by taking cake and ice cream. That's how I relax. So find out how you relax and actually set out a time for you to relax. You can decide to go and swim, you can decide to go for sports if that is how you relax. But try and make sure you do a relaxing activity, something that can take your mind off every single thing that is putting you in so much pressure, that is putting you in so much exhaustion. The fourth thing I'll say is be mindful. Very mindful. Be very mindful. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Do a self-study to know exactly what is wrong with you. Because most times you might be feeling burnt out and you won't know exactly what the issue is. You won't know exactly what is making you feel that way. So take time to study yourself. Find out what is making me feel this way. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I angry? Why am I losing interest in this particular thing? Pay attention to yourself. Love yourself. Don't try to ignore yourself and say, oh, my matter is not that important. So you tend to just disregard whatever you might be going through. Pay close attention to yourself. Focus on yourself. Be mindful of yourself. Be mindful of what is going on with you. The last thing I want to say is talk it out. Speak about how you feel. Express your emotions. Don't just keep it in, because when you keep it in, it hurts you because you're not able to let it out. So it feels like, oh, there's this burden inside of you. Let it out. Talk to God about it. You can talk to a very close friend about it. Just make sure you let it out. Express how you feel. Express that anger. Express that tiredness. Express that stress. And don't just keep it in. Don't just allow it to wallow inside of you. And it's fine to feel burnt out. It's fine to feel tired. It's fine to feel frustrated. But what is not fine is you actually dwelling in it. And I want you to take steps to actually get out of that burnt out mode. Take it one step at a time. Don't try to overwork yourself, overwork your mind with a whole lot of things. Just take it one step at a time. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax and take good care of yourself. The Lord is your strength, and may the Lord be with you. Bye.